Guys, it's Brianna Love W. It's nap time slash bedtime here. The baby's taking a late nap, so we're just doing whatever. It's raining outside, which is just lovely. I should make myself a hot tea, but I've been eating like crazy. It's that time of the month, so I'm trying to get I don't know, I'm just really hungry, but I'm not. I just ate a bunch and I'm not even full. It's really weird, but I'm probably just absorbing the food at this point. Sorry about the no lighting. You just have to bear with me. But this video is going to talk about how I personally think Eugenia Cooney is actually pulling a Miss Hannah Minx on all of us. I would love to one day do a series about all the YouTubers I watch that no longer make videos, which is not a lot because I'm not consistent anyways with YouTube. I just however many people and check back on their channels to see what's up. Oh, she had a baby. Oh, she broke her leg. Oh, she does this. Whatever. Which sounds insensitive, but it's YouTube. I have things in my life I gotta do. I feel like if those of you who don't know, Miss Hannah Minx was a YouTuber, is a YouTuber, was whatever. Most of her content is still up. And I personally used to watch her because I wanted to learn Japanese. I was really into Japanese culture when I was younger. Anime, the whole shebang, whatever you want to call it. So, Miss Hannah Minx was known for doing her JWoww, Japanese Word of the Week, where she would teach you a Japanese word and talk about its meaning and make cutesy little videos. But the catch was she was very well endowed, and in a way, she was kind of similar to Eugenia in that she kind of used her body to sell her channel while, I guess, still trying to involve her other interests. But in essence, her popularity came from her body, just on the opposite spectrum. Whereas Amberlynn Reid is quite large and Eugenia is quite small. Miss Hannah Minx would be right in the middle, very buxom. And by buxom, I mean she was well endowed in the chest area, is the nicest way to put it. And she had big blue eyes and really dark hair and pale skin and was really into Japanese culture. She looked like an anime character, like the sexy kind. So that was kind of her draw. Now, at some point, she stopped making videos. She did not say goodbye. She just stopped making videos. I personally feel like unless a YouTuber dies, it's kind of disrespectful to your fans to just stop making videos. Unless there are outside things going on that cause that. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like Eugenia might be doing the same thing. She might just be personally done, tired of everything to do with social media. I think every YouTuber has their stopping point. YouTube is still relatively fresh and new. It's a little bit over a decade old at this point. Some of the oldest videos on YouTube stem from all the way back to 2004, 2005. You know what I'm saying? So it's the people who have made their money and their careers off of YouTube, they're kind of aging out. Now on the internet, that happens a lot faster than it does in real life. In real life, you can have a career from your 20s all the way into your 50s and 60s and even 70s. And yeah, but YouTube is a whole new territory. It's a whole new thing, that it's a whole new form of media and a new medium with which people can utilize for fame, education, entertainment, all of the above, advertising. If you're a company, you can make videos about your products and make, customer reviews and testimonials. If you are somebody like me, who's just a regular ass person, you can do anything you can imagine. That's the magic and the power of the internet. But because we are in, uncharted territory with this is still relatively new. All these young people out here, these 20-year-old influencers, and even the old school ones like Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas, the ones who have been around a while, we don't know where it's going to go. You either make your material grow or you drop off the, drop out. I personally feel like Eugenia is in the latter category. Like, I feel like maybe something about the content she was making didn't make her happy anymore. I honestly believe that. I really feel like outside of the eating disorder, she might just be tired of doing cutesy stuff. And I think I've mentioned this before if you watch any of my videos. I I honestly feel like Eugenia has come to a point where she's like, you know what? I want to do other things. I want to grow up. I want to be more mature. Because I look at the people she used to associate with and I think to myself, you know what? I mean, they might have some changes going on in their life, but at the end of the day, when you hit your 20s, there has to be some kind of transitional period. This is not the same for everyone, but in my personal opinion, when you're like in your 20s, you hit this I guess it'd be like a quarter life crisis. I've discussed this before too, where your brain starts to change. You hit you're done with puberty, you're probably done with schooling, you're probably learning how to be on your own. But once you get all past that, like I said, for people it could be different things. It could be 23, it could be 25, it could be 30. But you come to this cusp where you're like, you know what, this whatever I was doing, I got to do something different. Even if you've lived a happy, positive life, something in your brain, I feel like, because it happened to me, and I feel like I'm not alone in this, but something in your brain is like, you know what? I'm not young anymore. I'm not old, but I'm not young. And now's the time to really define who I am through what I want to do and through what I'm doing now. And that's when you hit that, like, that mature point, that complete 360 transition into adulthood. And so I think, like I said, I think she's hit that point, and I think treatment will help bring that out in her as well. I think she's going to go through a lot of major changes this year in terms of her personality, her behavior, and her self-esteem. I think she is going to learn to love herself, but I definitely think she's I think she's just going to drop out. I don't think she's going to come back and say goodbye. A lot of YouTubers do that. As you know, the only YouTuber that I know of that was kind enough to do it, mean it, and at least tell you about it was Social Repose. He made one kind of like, I'm done with YouTube video. And hopefully he's doing well. I've not heard any news from him, but hopefully he's living in the real world and taking care of himself and is doing well, getting lots of hugs from family and friends, and, not letting all the negativity of the past. When you put your life out there, you really do put your life out there. And it can be painful. Whatever private things you guys are having going on in your own lives, putting it out there on social media just magnifies it by like 1,000, because you've got strangers' opinions coming in and everything under the sun. So, well, thanks for watching or listening, because it's dark. So I'm assuming some of you probably just listened to this. Hope some of this was insightful, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. I'm Brianna Love W. Bye, my bonbons.